guys, welcome back, and in this video I'm going to show you books I bought within the last 5 or 6 months. I don't remember exactly when I had previous book haul, probably in November or December 2018. So I will try to show you a sneak peek. I have like 14 books here. Can you see them? Yeah, you kinda can. It's been a while, so I've already read some of these books, or some of these books are kind of in progress. So yeah, books I would actually bought them, I guess, in December, so it was almost right after my previous book haul, unfortunately. So this book was waiting for months. This one is by Herbert George Wells, Tales of Space and Time. This collection of sci-fi short stories. I've actually reread one of the stories for Tom and Beyond Renaissance in January. It was a reread because I've read this short story collection in Russian multiple times. I just needed something quick to fit the challenge, and actually it's still in progress. I haven't reread all of the other short stories. It's still sitting on my shelf, and I actually really wanted to buy Time Machine because it's my favorite book by him, but surprisingly this bookstore where I found it had quite a few of his books. There's this book, this Invisible Man and the World of the Worlds, but it didn't have Time Machine, so I decided to buy this one because it's like kind of second favorite. It has a lot of really cool short stories I really liked. Next one is that book, Evgeny Zamyatin Мы. I was really surprised to find this book in like middle grade section, because I'm not sure this is middle grade. Actually, in this book there is also his fairy tales, so maybe that's why it was appeared in like school section. I don't know. So like it wasn't even young adult. It was like kid middle grade section. So yeah, and it's like school reads, like it's titled here. But if someone would read it for school, I would say like maybe in high school, but not. I don't think it's kids literature. So anyway, this is a dystopian, one of the like classic dystopians. It was written, I believe, in the 20s of last century, and it's classic in the way that I've heard that Orwell based his 1984 on this book, so I haven't read 1984 yet, but yeah, it definitely interests me. I read this, oh my god, I've read this book, I guess also for Tom Infinity, probably. I don't remember already, it was that long time ago. I read V, but I actually haven't read Fairy Tale, so you can see that here's the bookmarks, whereas this novel stuff has like started the Fairy Tale section. Not particularly interested in that, so yeah, but I enjoyed this stuff and novel, really interesting. Yeah, so to continue with like sci-fi kind of section, let's move to some newer books I bought. I actually just walked in a bookstore. I was searching for some specific book which I haven't found, but I walked from a bookstore with these 4 guys and also one extra comic book. I don't know how it happened. I've just, yeah, but let's move to this. So first of all, this little pocket book, The Golden Apples of the Sun by Ray Bradbury. This collection of short stories, and I wanted to buy that specific collection because of one specific story, because I believe it was published in 2 different collections, like 2 specific like Ray Bradbury collection, because there's some like sci-fi anthologies and stuff, and I wasn't expected to find this book because actually I probably saw a different Russian edition, like probably hardcover. It is like white and yellow, completely different from that cover. But yeah, this is paperback. I don't usually buy paperbacks because I don't usually like how they glued. It's really easy to break the spine and pages start to fall from a book. But surprisingly, a lot of Bradbury books I have are paperbacks. So I decided I will put another one. So yeah, I've already read that some of the short stories from that collection was a reread for me. Pretty much, I think, more than a half, but anyway, I really enjoyed it. I love Bradbury, so yeah. I think I finished it in April. And another tiny paperback is this book, and it's by Belarusian. I believe it's translated like The Village. So this is a novel about the people from that spaceship which was crashed on an inhabited planet, and because of the high radiation on the ship they had to leave, and they made like this village on the planet. So basically they crashed in the like mountain area, really snowy areas. They had to move through the mountains and like live in the like valley or something. The problem is they had to move really quickly, like they almost didn't break any instruments, like, or basically almost any stuff. They lived with really limited resources on this planet, mostly using like natural resources they could find. A lot of kids was dying through it, and yeah, they just hopes to come back to this spaceship once the radiation was lower, and just send a signal to the Earth, because the problem with this spaceship crash was they was expected to move to a different like area of a galaxy, and because of some stuff happened with the ships, they've just landed on that planet. So no one was expecting to search for them on this planet. People search for this ship, but in completely different area. So that's why they need to send a signal to find help, because a lot of the older people, like previous members of the crew, like in the older ages in life on this planet, it's really hard. They're basically dying. So this is actually a book I've read long time ago. I love Belarusian, and this is like one of my top favorite, but I read it as an ebook quite a while, like maybe, oh my god, maybe almost 10 years ago. And since then, I was trying to find a standalone edition of this book, and I just wasn't like finding anything like locally. I didn't want to order some stuff or anything, because I've had few like huge collections of stories, so, and I have a lot of his books, so buying every new one is always a problem, because I don't want to buy a collection which includes some stuff I already have. So that's why I was searching for standalone. And when I was like looking through the shelf in this bookstore, I just saw this and like, yes, please, I'm taking it with me. Yeah, maybe I'll go to reread it this year, because it's really nice book. I really love this story. Maybe not, but anyway, I've bought it. Next, this book, I believe it could be translated like Mirror Gambit. This is again a short story collection by two authors this time, Larissa Bortnikova and Alexey Provotorov. So this is actually a whole series called Mirror, a series of like collection of short stories, and I believe it's not like complete 100% sci-fi, but sometimes it's fantasy. So the idea is the publisher took two authors, they give them like 10 to 12 topics to write about, and each author writes a short story on the topics. They are published together. So if you open the content, you will see here like this is chapters like topics, and each of them has two stories from both of the authors. So I really like short story collection, but it seems like publishers don't like usually to publish them because especially like this mixed one, because people don't like buy them or something like that. You can sometimes find collections, but like by popular authors. Yeah, for example, I have quite a lot of collections by Red Bradbury, but in terms of finding that mixed one, this was problematic. So when I heard that series started, like actually this is book number 7, but like, I've just picked not like random one. I've tried to remember what specific books I've seen in other booktubers hold and try to find that specific one. So we'll see, because I think they have like different authors in each publication. The only thing I don't like about that idea is that they don't pick any random authors. They pick male and female for each book, so kind of to show a difference between like masculine point of view on the topic and feminine point of view. That's what I don't like about the actual idea of this series. But I will read a book anyway. We'll see, is it good, is it not? Well, if I like it, I will try to buy some more books from the series. I believe there's like more than 10 already published. Yeah. So next book is Three-Body Problem by Lucy. I had this book on my TBR for quite a while, but recently I've just started to pop out on my feed like more frequently. I don't know why. Maybe he's publishing something else recently. No idea. But yeah, I decided, yeah, whatever. I've wanted to read it soon anyway. Like let's buy it. Let's scratch the dust jacket. Oh man, this is disappointing. Like I really scratched it. And yeah, I'm surprised it's published in a dust jacket, because as you may see here, books are usually published, even hardcovers, just with a printed art on them. But then this one has a dust jacket, and underneath it has 3 songs here, and this again here. It's like mostly black, but on the dust jacket this is a big illustration. So I haven't read it yet, but I hope it would be great, because I've heard all the amazing things about him in his book. This institution says this is one of the most popular sci-fi writers from China. Have some awards, Hugo Award, Nebula. Yeah, so I think it would be great. And like kind of closing the sci-fi section, I want to show you these 2 books. I've started to collecting the Timmy's File series bestseller novel. I read these first 2 books as the ebooks last year, in May last year, I think. Haven't read the 3rd one for a while, and then I decided I'll probably better buy these 2 as the physical books and then reread them and read the 3rd one. So basically that book was the reason why I was pushing this whole like again and again, because I wanted to show you all 3, but unfortunately it seems that post series has lost my 3rd book somewhere. I ordered it in the middle of March. It's the beginning of May already, so it was a month and a half. I've contacted the bookstore and they said me like, "We're not expecting that your book will come, so we'll just give your money back, but I want my book." Oh my god. So I don't know, and I'll probably move in the middle of summer, so I don't know, probably will not order anything until August, so I decided I will not wait with this haul until autumn. We'll see. I'll show you these 2 books, and yeah, I've bought them second hand. The only thing that disappoints me, like, I've expected the dust jacket to be damaged, especially because it has this cutout. But even though both of the book was listed as very good condition, this one looks definitely better. Just it's slightly damaged on the dust jacket, but not that much. That one ripped and scratched. You can even see this on the screen, like, and it is like the most visible scratches. It's like really scratched all of that, and the corners just, yeah, it doesn't look really great. Unfortunately, I think it's issues with the post office. I can scratch on the back because I've wrote about this issue with dust jacket in my review, but I still said that it was in a better condition. So the package wasn't great. It was usually when they send book the package, it's very tightly, so the book will not move in the package. That one was packaged in a huge bag. It was probably just moving around it and scratching itself. Yeah, and I specifically bought that editions because of the cover dust jacket. Because if you don't know, the dust jacket has a cutout and it has this kind of illustration underneath. So what you see there, it's actually part from art underneath it. And yeah, each book has different art. Not just in a different color, but different illustration, different cutout. I really like these editions. They're surprisingly tall, comparing to the other book I have. Like, let's compare these two ones. Like, they're really tall. As this is standard kind of book size here. Sometimes the books like vary a little bit. I think like that book is like bigger, slightly. Like, it's like maybe a centimeter taller and 2 centimeters wider, but anyway, it's very small as that book. I was really surprised when it came in the mail. Like, I didn't expect them to be that huge. But anyway, I hope that my package will manage to appear from nowhere. Maybe, probably not, but I hope so. Or if it will not come eventually, I will just reorder my book. Yeah, but that happens. Which most disappointed me that post office also lost another of my packages, which wasn't the book, but it was really cool merch. I'm really sad about it. So I'll show you another book I bought here. This is comic books. So I guess it could be translated like the everyday life of magicians. So I'll show you the picture of the main characters. Hilda and Warren. They are magicians. They live in St. Petersburg, and they fight with different weird stuff. They're not a couple. It's like they're just friends. Hilda, I think she's married, and Warren has a girlfriend. As you can see, like all four of them here. There's like this blonde man is Hilda's husband, and this is Warren's girlfriend. This is a really hilarious comic. I've read it when it was only published online, and when I've heard they managed to be published as a real comic book, I was so excited. I think they are going to publish the second part already. Anyway, like I wanted it for a while, so when I went to the bookstore and I already grabbed that shoe because they said, "Oh yeah, whatever, I wanted it anyway, let's buy it." So to finish the fiction section, I want to show you some exciting stuff. Maybe you've already seen it in the background of my videos, but I finally bought my house edition. So this is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, obviously by J.K. Rowling, and this is Ravenclaw edition. Has beautiful spread edges. I could bought it in Russian translation here, but I really hate that specific translation which they used to publish our new edition, including that one. So yeah, I've ordered it directly from Bloomsbury Publishing House. They have a website. The shipping was quite expensive, but I managed to buy it when it was like the actual book has like 30% discount. So yeah, it wasn't like that bad. Still expensive, but anyway, it came in the perfect condition. I'm just like it's carefully standing on my shelf because I'm afraid to scratch it. I really love the dust jacket, but book itself is actually just plain black underneath. It has colorful foiling, like with the book title here, but the cover itself is just plain black, which slightly disappointed me. But because if I will, for some reason, I will ruin a dust jacket, like it wouldn't look that great. So maybe for that reason, buying paperback would be better. But I didn't like that paperbacks had just plain colored spread edges. Yeah, also another reason why I didn't like the Russian editions, Russian house editions, is that they didn't have spread edges. So like slightly covered, so like they have slight like light blue tint, so like not like perfectly white, or like for other houses, obviously other colors house, but they're not like properly spread edged. And it's not like the publishing house couldn't do it, because I've seen spread edges books here. Like I have at least one at home, which was published I think, either in Moscow or St. Petersburg, and had spread edges. That's not a problem. I don't think it would add too much cost to the book, because when I first saw them, the Russian edition cost exactly the same as the English one, which is surprising because usually books published in Russia are way cheaper than the English equivalents. Later, I've seen that at least online the cost is lower, like way lower, so like under $15. But anyway, I would probably, if they would have different translation and spread edges, I would buy a Russian one, but never mind. And another really exciting and completely unexpected addition to the collection is that one. It's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, obviously by J.K. Rowling. This is Canadian edition, published in, they had a year number, wait a second. Published in Canada in 1999. So yeah, this is a really old Canadian edition. I just walked in a second-hand bookstore here in Minsk and I saw this. They actually had the first one, but it was in a moment when I already ordered my house edition for the Philosopher's Stone. I didn't have a lot of money. Surprisingly, that book was really pricey. Like that second-hand book costed exactly the same amount of money they asked for a new Russian edition for Chamber of Secret. So yeah, I've said like I'll already ordered the first one, I'll just bought the second one. When I came here within a week, like already, it was already gone. And this first part, and I'm surprised that I found it, because when I bought it, it was like first day, like someone brought it to the bookstore, and like they even didn't have it like in their system. Yeah, so but then I'm like, why do you bought it? Like I wanted to save money to buy the cold set in house colors, and now I'm thinking why I would buy the Chamber of Secrets in the house edition when I already had one, but in different edition. And just who asked me to buy it? Anyway, now I had it. That's it. And to finish the book haul, I will show you the three non-fiction books. 5 Billion Years of Solitude, The Search for Life Among the Stars by Lee Billing. That's how it looks like. I've already bought 2 other books from this series. So this is like the whole publishing series for different non-fiction books in such topics of math, astronomy, biology, physics, all the stuff. So I have 2 math books. This is astronomy and searching for life on other planets. I really like this topic, and I really liked 2 other books from the series, even though I understand it by different authors, but like I kind of trust this this series from this publishing house, so I decided to buy it. I've actually worked in a bookstore. I found a bookstore near my current office, and I decided, yeah, I will just walk around, search. I was searching for postcards, not for books, but it didn't have postcards, so I decided, yeah, we'll go and have a look what books does it have. And I bought it. Still haven't read it, but expect it would be nice. And surprisingly, to linguistic books. So this is Vanishing Voices, Distinction of the World Languages by Daniel Nettel and Susan Romain. Bought it for Polyglot Progress Book Club in when it was January, February probably, I guess. I read it as an ebook, but I really liked it, and I decided that I don't want to transfer my notes to the notebook, because while I was reading I would like screen in a lot of interesting moments, and at first I thought, yeah, that's fine, I will just draw down the notebook, but then I realized that I have more than 200 screenshots, and there's no chance that I will transfer my notes all by hand, so I decided I will buy a copy and tab it. So as you can see, I've kind of stopped doing it. I haven't went through all of my notes screenshots, so I've went through like half of the book and tabbed it. Then like I was run out of tabs in some specific colors. It's like I've stopped tabbing. I've bought new tabs, so I need to continue, but yeah, I really like this book. I wanna make a separate book review. I'm really late with that. But yeah, when I'll transfer all the tabs and like try to write a review, I'll do it. It's a really interesting non-fiction book, and what I really like is that it touches a lot of like history topics. And like I've kind of studied it when I was at school, but I was studied as a fact and didn't thought about it all in the connection of what effect it has on the culture, on the people, on the language. And this book really goes deep in some of these moments, so yeah, that's why I really liked it. Definitely can recommend. And yes, another book. Again, I read it for Polyglot Progress Book Club. When I filmed this book haul, we didn't had live stream yet. I don't know why. Probably my because just busy with exam season. Because we live stream was announced on the end of April somewhere, I believe. Yeah, this book is called Lingo Around Europe in 60 Languages by Gaston Doran. It's not fiction, which tells you about different. Exactly 60 different European languages, so if each language has its own chapter. I didn't really like this book. I was really excited with the previous book club picks. I decided I will order this one. Because of my post office, it came really late, almost like right before we supposed to had a book club meeting, even though it was like 2 months. I had 2 months to read this book. Yeah, thanks post office. Unfortunately, I didn't like it. It was okay. Maybe I just didn't. The author's like humor didn't click with me. I was like, meh. Was really disappointed with some specific chapters. So yeah. I'm disappointed with myself that I decided to buy a physical copy of the book, and I don't know, maybe I will try to give it away, like to the local second-hand bookstore, because they have like English, they had like foreign language shelf. I mean, like books written in foreign languages, so it can go there. Otherwise, it would be hard to get rid of because it's written in English, and I don't live in an English-speaking country. But yeah. So overall, it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, yeah, 14 books. If post office wouldn't lost my only human edition bestseller novel, it would be 15 books, but for now, yeah, this is... Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.